Hello there, what's up? My name is Nirav. You're watching the Nirav Vlogs, DNV, and today we have something special. I don't know if it's visible in the frame, but I'll show it later on. So today we have Natalie. That is a new introduction video of my new bike, which is... Let's go and find it out. Which is this KTM RC 390. So basically it's everybody knows about this bike now because it's really famous. There's a big the person from which I got this bike, he did the wrap around this of movie star, so it looks a bit sporty, more like more sporty, like a race bike. Anyways, it's a track bike. So this is actually 2015 edition KTM RC 390. So basically when I came from Dublin, I don't know if I'm visible, okay, maybe, yeah. So I came from Dublin in 2020. After that I went for I used to use my Activa for going places like around here and there, and after riding Cjbeards 250R, I really, I felt that lack of power in the bike. So that's the reason. What did I do is I was just going around places on the OLX or Facebook. I wanted a bike for time being with a good amount of power. So what did I do is I searched for KTM RC, but I wasn't getting a good deal on it. So later on, me and my friend Sal, we just discussed about it, and then we were like, why don't I go for Yamaha R15? So what did I do is I called up my friend Suresh, who has a Yamaha R15. I asked him about the bike and all, and then he said it's good, it's nimble, blah 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 and all. Then what did I do is I searched for for a few bikes around here who are selling the Yamaha R15. I took the test ride. One bike which I saw in Cjbeards, it wasn't really maintained, so I really didn't like it. But then me and my friend Sahal, we went to Kawasaki and Triumph showroom because he's thinking of taking a new bike, and there the Triumph sales guy, he named AD, I don't know if you're watching it, hi, hello. So he has a Yamaha R15 and he just serviced it really good and all. So he told me why don't you take a ride about? And then I did the same. I took the keys, I took a ride, but eventually I really didn't like that. You should be able to connect to the bike, and which I didn't get to because the sitting position wasn't that great. And what happened was the sitting position for me, it wasn't really good, to be honest, because the sitting position of Yamaha R15 is very low. It's very light. It's lighter than KTM RC as well. So I wasn't comfortable enough because of my height, and I was sitting in a straight position like a naked bike, and I wasn't sitting as such. I love, or I prefer having a sports kind of lean position, aggressive position, and I wasn't happy with that. And I didn't want to spend money on something which I really don't want to have it, because anyways I love a heavy super bike, the sound and all, everything. Rishal, who's selling his Kawasaki Z650, it must be somewhere in the picture over here. So in case if anyone is interested, just DM me, I'll send you all the details. He was selling his bike, and it's in mint condition, but I really didn't want to go for that bike because I'm not a naked bike fan. Otherwise, to be honest, I love this bike, and if I would have been a naked bike fan, I would have taken it. But coming back to this, so I came back and then I just I found R15 and all, but then later on I wanted to go for in case if I had 250, I don't want to go down and have 150cc bike, because anyways Activa is 110cc, so spending money and just taking a bike of 150cc won't make any sense as such. Hence I just searched again for KTM RC, and to a surprise I was I found a good deal for KTM RC 390 with this same month. It's a 2015 edition. So what did I do is the most famous Indian KTM YouTuber, Augie F. So I had a couple of times, I did have a chat with him a couple of times before as well. So what did I do is who would be the a better person to ask about the KTM RC, because he's the most famous KTM RC owner. So what did I do is like I messaged him, and I told him about these are the things. I went for a test ride on this bike. I did a test ride around over there, and these are the things which the owner told me about it. He told me like, did you check all of these things? I was like, yes, I did. And then I told him about the deal or whatever the cost I was getting it for. Then he told me it's a really good deal to get a KTM RC 390 for that cost. And then I was like, okay, if I'm getting a really good approval from this guy, then certainly I'll go for it. And in a day or two, I got this bike. So that was really that quick. I saw the bike. Next day I contacted Augie. He told me it's a really good deal. I went and I bought it. So I'm really happy with this bike. It's really good. It's really fast. The reason I wanted this bike, because people who know me, I love the thrust, the initial torque, which is there in this bike. This bike is single cylinder, but it's amazing because I've seen many of the videos in which KTM RC 390 has defeated Kawasaki 400. That is a twin cylinder, parallel twin cylinder. So still this bike has a really good performance, and that's the reason I went for this bike. So I'm not going to make it really long. This was all about it. This was all about the KTM RC which I purchased, and I'm going to use this for all my rides now till I get a new ride. So that's all about it. That's my new KTM RC 390. I've named her Natalie, and this is gonna be my ride for next few years, maybe like 2 or 3 years, and then I'm gonna jump onto the super bike. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like this video and give a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and share the video as well as you can. Bye bye, love you all, take care, and see you sexy beautiful people in the next video. Bye.